Friends, we are gathered together this day to share in the celebration as Jonathan, Joseph, Clive, Marcella, and Portia, Elizabeth, Samarjits join their lives together in marriage. Is there anyone who can provide any good reason why these two persons cannot be married? And do either of you know any reason why you may not lawfully be married? Would the guests please be seated? The bride and groom have chose a very lovely reading to begin their ceremony this afternoon. It's called The Art of a Good Marriage, and it goes like this. Happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you, at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end when the honeymoon is over. It should continue through the years. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together facing the world. It is forming a circle of love that gathers the whole family. It is doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is cultivating flexibility and patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow old. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is establishing a relationship in which the independence is equal, the dependence is mutual, and the obligation is reciprocal. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. Jonathan, will you have Portia to be your wife, to live together in the relationship of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, respect and cherish her? Will you care for her in all circumstances and be faithful and loyal to her as long as both of you live? And Portia, will you have Jonathan to be your husband, to live together in the relationship of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, respect and cherish him? Will you care for him in all circumstances and be faithful and loyal to him as long as both of you live?
I will.
Now would you give your flowers to your bridesmaid? Now the central part of any wedding ceremony is when the bride and groom exchange their vows. These are the promises that they make to each other, and it's their intent from today on to live according to these vows. Now JJ and Portia have written their own vows, and they are going to read them to each other now. Would you join hands? I'll try and hold them.
I see there who cares and nurtures, teaches and learns.
Oh, stop for a sec. I forgot we have the mic here.
Oh.
Everybody would like to hear these.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I'll put this over here. There, we'll start again.
Portia, When I look at you, I see a mother who cares and nurtures, teaches and learns. A friend who not only shares but listens. You're the woman I want to spend my days and nights with, the woman I want to share my life with. For this I promise to care for you, respect you, protect you, and to never neglect you, and to cherish this in every moment that we have together. Above all, I promise to love you for all of your ways for the rest of our days together. You're a blessing in my life, and I will always be thankful. I will be forever proud to call you my wife.
And now the bride will read her vows to the groom. Yes, sir. Can you come a bit closer to the mic? There we go. We got a lot to deal with up here. There we go. Can you see that?
JJ, I knew since the day we met that you were going to be someone special in my life. You were always someone I could talk to and confide in. Even though there were times throughout our friendship when we couldn't be close, we always stayed in contact. Whether it is to share an old memory or to just catch up, I always look forward to talking to you. I look forward to making many new memories with you. I'm so proud of the man that you are and the amazing father you are to our beautiful children. I promise to be the best mother I can be to Zion and Mason. I will try and always be a wife that you can be proud of. I promise to treat you with all of the honor, love, and respect that you have taught me to give. I promise I will always be here for you to rely on and confide in. I will always be your best friend and your number one supporter in all of life's endeavors. I will be here to celebrate your triumphs and comfort you through disappointments. I promise to cherish every moment in your loving embrace. I promise to always be faithful to you throughout the good times as well as in the bad. And most importantly, I promise to always love you.
Everybody can wipe their eyes. Those are beautiful promises and very sincere. Now the symbol of those vows that the bride and groom have made is the wearing of a wedding ring. And they're going to exchange their wedding rings right now. And when you wear these rings from today on, every time you look at them, remember today and remember the promises that you have made to each other. You want to do this as well? This one right here. Join your hands and say after me, I, Jonathan, and I, Portia, let's say this back together, accept each other as partners in marriage. We promise that our goal will be the satisfying of each other's needs in times of joy or disappointment. To this end, we will share our love, our interests, our values, and our hopes. We give these rings as tokens of our intent to fulfill these promises. Then let these rings continue to you both as symbols of the value, the purity, and the constancy of true wedded love, and as seals of the vows that you have now made. Now because you, Jonathan, Joseph, Clive, Marcella, and you, Portia, Elizabeth, Samarjits, have consented together to be married and exchange promises and rings with each other in the presence of this company. Now therefore, by the authority vested in me by the province of Ontario, I pronounce you to be husband and wife. Now you have you've made these very serious vows to each other. You've exchanged rings, and now I'd like you to seal those promises with a kiss and a hug. And I'll have to move the microphone. There you go. Kiss and a hug. Now we have a couple of very beautiful ceremonies as part of this wedding ceremony today. The first one is the exchanging of the first gift. And I'll ask the best man to pass me one of the bouquets of roses. That one. Sorry. And then the other one. This to you. Now then you can say after me this part. You have to go ahead and say it. Here's your wife now. I give you this rose.
I give you this rose.
My first gift to you.
My first gift to you.
As your husband.
As your husband.
This beautiful flower.
This beautiful flower.
Is a symbol of my fidelity.
A symbol of my fidelity.
Tenderness.
Tenderness.
Love.
Love.
And companionship.
And companionship.
Its color will remind you.
Its color will remind you.
Of my passionate love for you.
My passionate love for you.
Its thorns will symbolize.
Its thorns will symbolize.
That with love there is pain.
That with love there is pain.
And I will share your pain.
And I will share your pain.
And delight in your joy forever.
And delight in your joy forever.
This ring. Okay, you can give him his gift. And Portia, would you say after me? I receive your token of love.
I receive your token of love,
Loyalty.
loyalty,
And affection.
and affection,
And give you this remembrance.
and give you this remembrance
Of my love.
of my love
And fidelity.
and fidelity.
Its leaves will remind you.
Its leaves will remind you
Of my outstretched arms.
of my outstretched arms,
And the stem
and the stem
will remind you of the strength.
will remind you of the strength
Of the bond.
of the bond
That is now forever between us.
that is now forever between us.
Now we have to move over to the table at the side, and we'll be signing the documents there. And the second little ceremony will take place after we sign the documents. So could you walk all